following message is from the Lockdown Gambling Show. The following program contains strong language that may not be suitable for all audiences. Viewer discretion is advised. But now...
It's showtime, buddy!
This week's
Football show! Whoa!
time for the Lockdown Gambling Show. Welcome into the Week 8 edition of the Lockdown Gambling Show. I, of course, as always, Alex Brault, coming at you live from my office in Green Bay, Wisconsin. So we were off last week, which might have been okay. A nice reset because, honestly, outside of the Parlay Kid himself, no one did that great last time we did this. So let's bring him in now, our current champion, the Parlay Kid.
Starting to heat up. I'm on a roll.
How much have you won in real life, though?
None.
Well, that's how I've been, too. Yesterday, I think I hit on Army, the under in that game, and Army +7, and that's all I won. Everything else lost.
Again, it was the hit 4 out of 5 type deal.
So then just do 4. Why do you have to do...
Well, if I do 4, then I'll hit 3 out of 4. If I do 3, I'll hit 2 out of 3. If I do 2, I'll hit 1 out of 2. So I just stick with the 5s. Eventually she'll hit.
Just for you watching at home, just my general advice, don't do giant parlays. Do like 2 teamers, build your bankroll, then go crazy. Not like what we're doing where we're just constantly doing...
Just go crazy.
Or go crazy and blow all your money. That works too. This next guy we're going to bring in, I'm curious to get his thoughts. His team traded for wide receiver Chase Claypool this week. I like the move. He seemed lukewarm on it. Let's bring him in. Uncle Sean, welcome to the show.
How you doing? Coming to you from just outside of Northern Illinois University at my daughter's swim meet.
Ooh.
It's a bright sunny day, not like in GB where it's cold
Garbage.
and windy as hell, but it is what it is.
Garbage.
Well, before I bring in our last member of the panel for today, Claypool, I liked it for you guys. What do you Chicago people say?
Well, Chicago people are loving it. I'll tell you right now, the Ryan Poles got fleeced. Tell me how Bradley Chubb is worth a first and a fourth for Bradley Chubb in a 5th-round pick. That was the trade made right after the Roquan Smith deal, okay? For Roquan Smith, we got a 2nd and a 5th-round pick, okay? Let's do the math on it. Where on God's green earth is Bradley Chubb worth more than Roquan Smith?
Because he's got 5.5 sacks this year.
25.
I don't know. And then you go ahead and you trade a 2nd-round pick to Poole, which leads me to believe the Bears will not take a 1st-round pick, will not take a wide receiver. I think they're going offensive line.
Probably.
The thing with Claypool, is he really a huge difference maker?
No, he's a size maker. That's it. He's
I mean, he's
6'5".
he's not a number 1 on any team, I don't think.
Well, I mean, the two teams that wanted him the most were the teams that needed him the most. So, for a need perspective,
I just don't think Claypool is serviceable. He's good, but I don't think he's a huge weapon.
Well, I guess we can get into that a little later once we talk about all the games. But let's bring in our final member before we forget. How could we forget this guy? He's our resident offensive lineman, Dustin Burgundy.
Hello, everybody.
Wow, bringing that morning energy.
Hello, everybody.
Hello. All right, let's get into the games right away. First game on the docket, Carolina at Cincinnati. Cincinnati 7.5-point favorites at home. Carolina, last week they had the episode with DJ Moore. Could have won the game, missed the extra point. I'm going to take Carolina here. That's a big spread. Cincinnati doesn't look the same without Jamar Chase and Chidobe Awuzie. I think I said that right. It's a bigger spread. So basically, Carolina's just got to keep it relatively close. PJ Walker looks serviceable, better than Baker. Yeah, give me Carolina here. I think that that defense, especially too, is going to cause problems for Burrow, who can't stand upright lately. So I'm going to take Carolina here to cover.
I'm also on that bandwagon. I did courtesy of the Oneida Nation Casino. I also have Carolina in the points. I do like Cincinnati. I've been kind of high on those guys lately, but that is a pretty big spread for those two teams, I think. And Carolina does seem like they have a little bit of life. So yeah, I'll take the points on that.
Carolina, I'm loving the XFL vibe.
Yeah, and that's really what it is. This guy came out of nowhere, and all of a sudden, he looked decent last week. Dustin, what say you?
I'm also going to go with Carolina. I'm going to stick with the PJ Walker Magic. I think he's got some mojo in him.
Wow, short, sweet, to the point. And honestly, I have to play the sound because Jody, who's not here today, as I'm sure you all have noticed, he is on Cincinnati, which makes him the lone wolf.
Audio Jungle.
And it also means that the four of us want to take a trip to Upset City. If it plays.
Built this city.
Thank you. All right. So that was game number 1. Game number 2, Green Bay headed to Detroit on a 4-game skid. And actually, so the lines I'm using were as of yesterday, according to the Oneida Nation Sportsbook. I currently have DraftKings up. Packers are now 4-point favorites. Yesterday they were 3.5, so that line is still moving in Green Bay's favor. Aaron Rodgers' career 21-8 ATS against Detroit. For that reason alone, I'm taking Green Bay, but also I just can't see this team losing 5 in a row, especially with the historically bad Detroit Lions defense. I think this is finally the week they get on track. Give me Green Bay here.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. Detroit's defense, I think, is bottom of the league. I don't know if Swift is playing. It's going to be a heavy dose of the running backs, I think, today. So I'll take Green Bay. They got to get out the schneid here eventually. This is the team to do it on.
Dustin?
Ooh, going with me this time. All right. I'm gonna go with Green Bay.
So don't fall asleep.
All right. I'm gonna go with Green Bay. I think they're gonna turn around this game. I think just going to Detroit. I mean, they need to make something happen here. They're desperate for a win. I think they can get against Detroit. Obviously, you guys said the really bad defense.
See, nobody's mentioning the fact also too, Detroit is that much worse without TJ Hawkinson now being traded. Yeah. I mean, got to take the Pack.
And Amon-Ra St. Brown's still not 100% either. So if there's if there was ever, we said the Giants, we said the Jets, if there was ever a get right spot today.
All their last 4 games was supposed to be a get right spot.
Yeah, and obviously not a whole lot to show for it. And even last week in Buffalo, they showed some signs of life. We talk about that on our main flagship podcast on whatever day we recorded, Wednesday. So, there's signs of life here, and they kind of figured out offensive identity a little bit. They're finally sticking to the run. They ran for 200 yards last week against the best rushing defense in football. Now they go up against a really terrible team. So, yeah, okay. And, again, I don't really know why he did it, but Jody took Detroit. So again, he is lone wolfing it. Maybe he just needs to hear it better. I don't know. Or he's going to go. I'm not sure. But let's move on to game number 3. The Chargers cross-country road trip to Atlanta. The Dirty Birds, 3-point dogs at home.
When we come around the
We've
corner.
gone back and forth on this. In real life, I would stay away. Or what I would do is I would tease Atlanta, 6-point tease. I would tease them to 9. Atlanta at home's been pretty decent. The Chargers, I don't believe in them whatsoever. Keenan Allen is allegedly not playing today. I don't believe Mike Williams is either. Atlanta here, you get value. They're at home doggy. So for that reason, I'll play the Summer. I will also take Atlanta here, and I feel pretty comfortable doing so.
Yeah, you never know what you're going to get with the Chargers lately. And like you said, they have all these injuries. I mean, Eckler is a damn good player, but he can't do everything.
He's also 5'11". His body's
going to work with Palmer, Guyton, I think maybe. I haven't heard his name all season long, but give me Atlanta here. I'll take some points, and who knows? Like you said, they're playing decent at home. I don't know. I'm not trusting the Chargers right now without their key weapons.
I don't know whose that was. Let's go with Sean here. Sean, Chargers, Falcons.
Well, the Falcons get Cordell Patterson back also too, coming off IR. That's a big neutralizer. Believe it or not, the guy has been super productive over the course of the last almost 2 years. Without Mike Williams, without Keenan Allen, you got to take Atlanta.
Yeah, Patterson's a sneaky good guy.
He
You
is.
don't hear a lot about him, but man, that guy, he produces.
He's the great fantasy football equalizer.
Yep.
Yeah, he's been awesome for the last 2+ years now. Dustin, what say you?
Yeah, everything about me. I want to take the Chargers just because I like Justin Herbert, but they got so many injuries. I think Eckler's hurt too, isn't he? I know he's been having some injury problems this year.
Yes.
I can
Yeah, he's
Google
banged up.
that, but
Okay, yeah, and that kind of steers me more kind of away from the Chargers. So I'm gonna go with the Falcons. I don't see the Chargers really keeping this a blowout. I think it's gonna be a really tight game.
So I'm not. Well, there's no injury report currently on Eckler, but there are a lot of memes on Twitter. It's just him today, so just more reason to take Atlanta. And actually, the live line right now on DraftKings, if I can find it, I believe that is a noon game. That actually went down, so it's now 2.5. So people are betting Atlanta now. That number's kind of coming down. So, but
Well,
still, it's still a
you
decent
guys
number.
got to realize. I mean, let's think about it. Isn't Atlanta the storybook? The story of the NFL. I mean, think about it. They're supposed to have the number 1 pick next year and grab a quarterback. Mariota's looked pretty solid.
Yeah, he's been really good, and outside all of their metrics, if you look at the numbers, they're worse in the league in all of them, and yet they're still winning. Last week they had no business winning that game, and somehow, by the grace of God, they pulled it out of their asses. So yeah, and before I forget, we are all on Atlanta. And yet again, he's either going to have a really good week or a really shitty week.
I'm gonna have a shitty week.
Audio Jungle.
Jody's on the Chargers, so he's lone wolf on 3 out of 5 games.
Right.
This next game I really like, and I'm probably going to end up locking this one up. Spoiler alert when we get to it. Seattle in Arizona. Arizona -2. I don't know why Arizona's favored over everybody. Yeah, well, they're at home. Does it matter? Cliff and Kyler are not on the same page. Also, Modern Warfare, Call of Duty just came out. So you know that Murray's got his ideas set on his Xbox. So just for those reasons, I'm taking Seattle. But, yeah, I don't really understand why Arizona's favored over everyone. So yesterday it was -2. That's what I have it written down as. And that number is coming down. So it's only 1.5 points as we sit here right now on DraftKings. But regardless, Seattle with value, absolutely. Sign me up. Give me Seattle here.
Yep, give me Seattle too. They got a lot of offensive weapons. I like that. I like that offense right now. So, and Arizona, that's another team up and down. You don't know what you're going to get. Hopkins is back. That seems to help them a little bit. But that offense is tough, man. I like them.
They can run the ball.
Yeah,
They got weapons on the outside. I don't. And Arizona's been a disaster.
Gino's playing out of his ass, man. He's playing well.
My guy, Gino. Sean. Seattle, Arizona.
I think reality sets in finally. I'm taking Arizona. I like
Wow.
D-Hop for 125 and a touch today.
Woo! Hot, spicy to start your Sunday morning. Justin.
Yeah, I'm conflicted on this one because it's one of those games where I think it's a toss-up either way. I think either team could win, but I think I'm going to go with Sean on this one. I think Arizona is the team to pick here. I think they need to bounce back really bad. I mean, they need something to go right, and this is the game that'll go right for them, I think.
Yep. Wow. See, I think I'm changing Dustin. Next thing you know, he's going to like Justin Fields. We're all good.
Yeah, you're out of luck there, man.
I just want to say on this very program, well, not this one, but the other one, I claim Justin Fields found something the last couple weeks, and they made fun of me, Sean. They laughed and they mocked me, and they kept telling me to sell my
property. Say it every fucking week.
They found something, and you know what? You keep telling me to sell my beachfront property, but
I'm not going to. So quit asking.
Yeah,
it ain't happening.
You keep taking the sign down, and then next week you put it back in the ground, and then you take it out again. You can't just keep doing this, Al. Make a goddamn decision. You're a man.
I'm the homeowner. It's my house.
I'm not going to. So quit asking.
All right. So finally, let's move to the East Coast, where the Rams, also on a cross-country trip, they're going to be taking on Tampa Bay prime time. There's only 2 3 o'clock games this Sunday. I don't know why. So this will be the one that most eyeballs are glued to. The other one, Seattle, Arizona. But we just talked about that. Rams at Tampa. Tampa -3. I mean, this one for me came down to desperation. It's cross country, prime time. Tampa's been terrible, but the Rams can't run the ball. And I guess I'm just taking a shot on Brady's going to pull one out of his ass. Maybe now that the divorce is settled, maybe he's a little more settled in and more focused. I don't know how someone gets over it that quick, but he's Tom Brady, and that's all he cares about. So, I mean, when you divorce a supermodel wife for football, I'm pretty sure that's all you care about. He left Giselle for football. So for all those reasons, I'm going to lean Tampa here. I don't love it, but I'm going to go with Tampa.
I don't like either of it, but Tampa's hot garbage. Give me the Rams.
I like Tampa. I think the Rams are in turmoil also too. They can't run the ball. Cooper Kupp,
Cam Akers is back.
Well, yeah, but you got to remember, Cooper Kupp is really banged up pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, and honestly, their number 2 is what, Ben Skowronek? Like, I can see Tampa shutting down their weapons and be like, okay, well, you can't run the ball, so now what? Dustin?
You know, maybe this game is the game that Matthew Stafford is no longer racist and he decides to throw to Allen Robinson. But you know, that's for up to judgment here.
Wow.
Are you claiming? Okay, well, I'm
Problematic.
What are you doing? Hanging out with Kyrie?
If you look at it, the only people he throws to is Skowronek, Kupp, and Higbee.
Problematic.
Do the math here, all right?
Could it be that Allen Robinson isn't good?
Yeah, I mean, that's maybe true, but who's to decide that?
Yeah, I benched his ass today.
My eyes?
Anyways, I'm going with the Rams just on a wing here.
On my fantasy team, I benched Allen Robinson, and I put in some scrub from New Orleans.
Well, New Orleans.
I don't even know his name.
Is it? I you know what? I honestly don't even know. Michael Thomas is out again, but that's, I guess, not for this show. But anyway, so Dustin, so you're on the Rams.
Yep.
Okay, I got distracted by your accusation of racism.
It was supposed to be a joke, but it didn't obviously go through well with you guys. Sorry, that's my bad. I shouldn't make jokes.
Yeah, we're looking
anymore.
upon you in a different light now.
Yep. Now I'm thinking you're the racist.
Problematic.
Oh, wow.
He is the David Chappelle of this podcast.
All right, now it is time for. I don't know where the bag is. Sorry, folks, if you're.
Oh, there's Baxter. Baxter took
I
it.
know Baxter made it. Where the heck is the? Oh, here's the bucket. Or the bag. I found the bag. All right, my fault. Not prepared. All right, so let's play the imaging wherever that may be.
What did Joe?
It's time to tempt fate. Hold up! Here's this week's Bag of Chaos.
Hey, what Jody have on that last one?
He had the Rams.
So we got 3 Rams, 2
Tampa. So pretty
Two
split
Tampas?
on that one. All right, so let's update Bag of Chaos here. So we did this week 6, week 7. What week is it now? It's week 9. So we did this week 7 was our last show. I had Buffalo, which won. The Chargers, which I believe that was that crazy game. You know what? I'm not even going to look back. Jody lost, Sean lost, Tampa lost, which means Dustin lost, and Jacksonville also lost. So Pops and I, the Parlay Kid, are tied at 5-2. Dustin and Sean are 4-3, and Jody right now is the leader in the clubhouse to donate $50 to Empowered Tutoring. He is at 3-4. So, lines courtesy of DraftKings. We are going to the bag. We'll start, as always, with the Parlay Kid. I want to make sure I'm on the right week. All right, here we go. First draw. I know you like a good rummage, so we'll do that.
I love a good rummage.
First poll, the Giants. The Giants are there.
Bye.
Yep, they're on a bye, so you can keep it and take
Woo! I'm keeping it for the freebie.
Yep,
That's a win, baby.
All right. Well, that was easy. We'll move to Sean now.
I do agree with Jody next week. I think the buys we gotta play
Maybe I'll make
on.
the buy teams like swap helmets or something. I don't know. I was thinking about that too, but we'll deal with that when we get there. Sean's first poll: Cincinnati 7-point favorites against the Panthers.
Throw it back.
Wow.
Oh wow! Okay,
Ooh, all
a
right.
lot of faith in the Panthers.
Spicy Sunday. Here we come. All right.
That could be a good game.
Is The Jags are 2.5 points against the Raiders. So you get the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Well, they're playing the Raiders. Could be worse.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I was debating locking up the Raiders -2, and actually that line keeps going up, so the money's coming in on the Raiders. So I don't love that.
I am loving that the Raiders suck
Why would you explain that? Why?
because of Devontae.
Oh, you're just bitter Packer fan.
I'm
I
just
see.
bitter Packer fan,
Gotcha. Okay.
and I'm not even a huge Packer fan. I just good for Devontae. I'm glad they suck. He had a pretty good gig here.
All right. No, enough said, Your Honor. All right.
That's all I have to say. about that.
Nothing more to add. I mean, wait, wrong way. His jersey is on my wall signed, so I guess I can't say much. Oh, Dustin, the Packers of Green Bay.
So they just need to win again, right?
What's that?
They just need to win, correct?
Yes, they just need to win.
God, I don't like this, but I'll take it.
Oh, you think it's gross? Why is it gross?
I don't know. It just
Again. I
have
could
no
see
faith
Detroit
in this
beating
team.
them. I really could.
Yeah.
Close your eyes
faith.
special?
Yeah, pretty much. I have no
That is a disgusting act, and it's unfortunate.
New sound you wanted to play.
I like the new sound bites. It's good.
Yeah. Oh, did you? Well, we'll take a slight breather. Did you hear the one about the referee? We played this on our podcast, but this is the other one we added.
Delay of game. Defense number 55. For making a move that's not necessary and unlike football.
Okay, so here's
That's a real thing that happened last week in the Philly-Pittsburgh game. All right, so we'll pick for Jody here. Actually, I need to mark down that Dustin took Green Bay and a close your eyes special. Jody's going to look at Washington. Washington is playing Minnesota at home, 3-point dogs. I think we're going to throw that one back. I know he normally keeps the first one, but we'll throw her back.
Washington again. That'd be pretty funny.
That would be pretty funny. But I'm going to go to the bottom of the bag here and see what we pull up. Oh, the Jets. The Jets are, oh boy, they are 10.5-point dogs at home to Buffalo. Oh, I'm very sorry about that.
that is a disgusting act, and it's unfortunate.
So if Jody gets the
That
Jets.
is unfortunate.
That's real unfortunate for him.
Well, Jody better have $50 ready.
Yeah, no kidding. He's gone.
He's going to be 2 games back then, so that's going to be a problem. All right, my pick here. I got a helmet stuck on my thumb. Try and get out of that. Cincinnati against Carolina. I'm going to live dangerously. I'm going to throw this back just because I want something different. I'm going for a bye week team, or just spice it up. That's too easy. Although I probably need an easy win, but I could have a game cushion.
I don't know. Carolina might take him.
Oh, this one's spicy. Baltimore is in New Orleans. New Orleans, a 2-point home doggy. So I kind of like this one. We haven't talked about this game. It wasn't on my potential slate of games. I think Baltimore wins that one. 2 points doesn't seem like a lot to me. So, yeah, I'm cool with that one. So, yeah. All right. So, to recap, I'll take Baltimore. Jody gets the Jets, who are probably going to get killed by the Bills today. Sean's got the Jags at home against the Raiders. Dustin, in a close your eyes special, taking Green Bay in Detroit. And Chris gets a dub. He got the Giants this week. We're on a bye, so he got the dub there. All right, we now move to our final segment of the show.
Lock it up! It's time to put the kids to bed and put your money where your mouth is. Here are the locks for this week.
All right, so I will go first because I already mentioned it. I love Seattle with points this week. I don't trust Arizona as far as I can throw them, or as far as Kyler Murray can throw his Xbox controller when he's playing Call of Duty. So for that reason, give me Seattle here. +2, love it, lock it in. And while he's not here, I'll give his quick as well. He took Minnesota against Washington. Jody did. So he's got Minnesota -3 today. So he will lock that one up. Let's go next to Sean, who last time took Tampa Bay -13 against the Panthers. And that didn't work out well. But what do you have this week to rebound?
All right. Take all your extra cash. I'm giving you the lock of all locks.
Holy shit.
Ready? A little spicy.
I'm going to need – hold on. I need sound effects. All right, whenever you're ready.
Bet everything you got on Miami over Chicago. I mean, the line is, what is it, 4?
So right now it is Dolphins -4 in Chicago.
That is insane. That should have been 7. What are they?
It should be 14.
I mean, in 2 weeks, they've lost Roquan Smith. They've lost Robert Quinn. They don't have a defense. They don't have a wide receiver to get the ball to. This could be a game where you see Justin Fields hurt.
Well, they've been frisky, the Bears, that is. I mean, they lost by 20 last week, but they were moving the ball. They were doing some stuff. Turnovers killed them. I get what Vegas is thinking, but I also agree with you that this could be a touchdown game, and I wouldn't even think twice about it. All right, so you're going to lock up Miami -4. That brings us to Dustin. What say you? What is the lock of the century?
I think I'm going to go with Atlanta over the Chargers in points.
Wow.
I really like Atlanta. I mean, they're just all the time, so I just trust them,
All right, Atlanta +3. He's locking them up. We go to, finally, off the skid. Took the Jets -2 in Denver. They won by more than that. So he is 1-6 in his locks this year. Finally, to round out the show, what say you, good sir?
Well, Jody actually took mine. I was on the Vikings thing, so I don't want to have the same as him. So I'll go off.
Get if you want.
I'm not going to match him. I'm going to do a different game. I'm taking Buffalo with the points.
Oh, that's a big spread.
It's a huge spread.
10.5 points.
Buffalo's going to get it done. I don't want to pick the same as Jody. So give me Buffalo to win by what, 14?
Right now on DraftKings, the Bills are 10.5 point favorites at the Jets.
Yeah, they got that easy.
Easy, he says. Wow.
They'll win by 2. They'll win by 2 touchdowns.
It all depends if Zach Wilson wants to hang on to the ball this week or not. But I guess we will see, and that's why they play the game. And also, as Chris Berman said, no one circles the wagons like the Buffalo Bills. That was my terrible Chris Berman. That will do it for today's show. Make sure you follow us on all the socials. Thank you to my sorcerers of the spread for joining me as always. Let's win some money this week. That will do it for us. Good luck to Faith at her swim meet. And
good luck, Faith.
And I'll see you two in a little bit as you're coming over for the game, so that ought to be fun. But that will do it for this show. We will see you next week as we go over week 10. Can't believe we're already there. We'll see you. Thanks for joining us, everybody. Have a good day. Enjoy the game.